Now, it's a fact that 90% of all new internet businesses fail within 120 days. So isn't it time you joined the successful 10%? Well, now you can. Welcome to the TM Business Engine. Now, as you progress successfully through this program, it's likely I'll get to know quite a lot about you. So before we get started, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about me. So who is Tony Marriott? Well, obviously that's me. And I've been working full-time online for over 6 years now. And so you can put a face to the name. Here's a picture of me with my wife in a street cafe in Thessaloniki. So as you can see, I do have days off. Now, I got into internet marketing by a slightly odd route. I actually had a major health scare that meant I was suddenly rushed into hospital with a suspected heart attack. Now, everything was fine. As it turned out, I was in no danger at all, but uncomfortably I did have to have my gallbladder removed. But regardless of the outcome, it was one of those life-changing moments that made me really think about what I wanted to do with my life and what I wanted to do going forward. Now, I came to a pretty immediate decision, and that was that I didn't want to continue in my corporate day job. I was probably going to burn myself out before even reaching retirement. So literally overnight, I decided to quit my day job. I had convinced myself I could make a living working online. So I kind of put all my eggs into one basket. Now, I'm not going to recommend that approach to anyone else. I mean, this isn't a recommendation for you to suddenly give your day job up. That's a very big step. It's a huge leap of faith. But for me, I kind of moved from the UK to a beachfront apartment in a small town called Piraeus. And in fact, there's a picture of us enjoying a cold beer on the beach just a few yards up from our apartment. Now, after that, my story is probably pretty similar to a lot of other online marketers. Probably very similar to your own story. I mean, I bought a lot of training that just didn't seem to work. I mean, I managed to get majorly scammed twice, and I actually ended up losing around $5,000. Now, I eventually started doing some affiliate marketing using Google cost per click. And it actually started to make a little money, and eventually I kind of bit the bullet. I wasn't getting on as fast as I wanted to. So I paid a serious chunk of change to a guy called Ben Schaffer to get some personal coaching. Now, I had already done some training with Ben previously, and that had been brilliant. And from that, I was making some steady income with SEO and Google AdSense. So I was pretty confident that Ben and I were a good match. Now, it was then that I kind of learned the biggest lesson that I wish I'd known on the day I started. I mean, actually, I probably did know. I just hadn't wanted to or wasn't prepared to kind of go down that route. And the lesson was that the best and fastest way to get on is to get some real training or coaching. To actually get somebody to teach you. Now, the internet seems to have a kind of weird effect on people. You go to school where teachers show you how to read and write and do maths and maybe even some science. If you want to drive a car or fly a plane, you have an instructor teach you the right way to do it. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you go to university and you're trained by experts in the field. But when it comes to the internet, everyone thinks they can just do it themselves or they can just teach themselves. Well, 99% of people going that route just simply fail to make any headway. Absolutely, in any walk of life, there are a few that are the exceptions to the rule. But I can tell you it wasn't me, and it's very unlikely that it will be you. Anyway, the bottom line is, what happened in my case was Ben coached me through creating and launching my very first product. And it was a resounding success. I was absolutely over the moon. And since then, I have steadily grown. I've taken other various coaching programs from a number of other well-known marketers to see, what they were doing and what I could learn from that. And from that, I've actually built my own business, of which I've earned multiple six figures. I have two other businesses with two different partners, one of those actually being Ben, in which we had another six-figure business in that alone. So I've spoken a little bit about me, but I've mentioned this TM Business Engine. Now, I know not everyone can afford one-on-one coaching. So what I've created is a video-based training course that is absolutely the next best thing, because I will personally take you through all the training you need and be available to answer your questions if you need any help. Now, in very simple terms, the TM Business Engine is it's the heart of a real online business. It's a complete and very efficient system that turns leads into customers and then takes those customers up through the value chain to huge profits. Now, it's a system that uses a number of different elements, and they all work together in perfect harmony to produce a steady and sustainable flow of cash. There's no limit to the earning potentials of this system. In fact, when completed, the business engine is pretty much fully automatic and completely self-sufficient. And of course, it can be replicated in any market or niche as often as you like. Almost every successful internet business uses some version of this business engine model. I mean, the principles have been proven time and time again, and they will continue to be successful for a long, long time into the future. What I've put into this training is the entire business system that I have personally learned and I personally use over the years. The one thing I wished I had learned when I started, in fact. Now, many of the Make Money training courses offered online, they only seem to give you one part of the system. So where they might be technically correct, they're also generally doomed to failure because you need the whole system to be sustainable and to, of course, outcompete other internet marketers. So the TM Business Engine is a complete system. There's absolutely nothing left out. It shows everything you need. I show you how it all fits together, and I show you why it works when the other systems don't. And because of that, there's a lot of work to do. I'm not going to try and pull the wool over your eyes. You're going to have to do some work here, guys. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme or a magic button. It's a real, achievable and sustainable business. Now, how fast you can get up and running and making money really depends on the time you have available and the effort you're prepared to put into building this system. And by this system, I mean your online business. If you're a complete new starter, there may be some additional skills or some additional things that you may need to learn. But any of these additional or basic training stuff is all included in the course, so that won't be a problem. It doesn't matter how new you are to start, the basics are all included in there, as well as the higher, more technical training. Of course, if you're more advanced, then, especially initially, you may be able to move through the course a little quicker because there'll be less for you to learn. However, no matter what you know or what you think you know, you will still need to go through each module and each section of the course in order. The fact is, you don't know what you don't know. That's just the way of life. So don't miss anything out, even if it's something that you think you're already familiar with. This ensures that everyone is up to the same speed at the same point in the program, and you won't miss out anything that may be crucial. Now, each module will be drip fed, so this means you will get module 1 immediately and module 2 will be released in a week's time and module 3 in 2 weeks' time, etc. Now, in testing, I have proven that completing all the work required in each module before moving on to the next significantly increases your chances of success. So I have put the training together like this for exactly that reason. So just stick with the schedule. You'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't give yourself the best possible chance of making a success of this training. Even though modules are released weekly, you don't have to complete a module in 1 week. It will depend on the time available and how much you need to learn. You can take as long as you like to go through each module. You just set a pace that suits you. Now, at the end of each module, I will be setting the work that you need to complete. And don't worry, I will be chasing you up to make sure you keep on top of that work. Now, by the time you complete all the modules, you will have a fully working business engine. And I have put everything together so it can be completed on a minimal budget. Now, every part of the training is designed for zero or very low cost. But if you do have a budget, that can help speed up your progress, of course. But basically, you just need to get hosting, a domain name and an autoresponder if you don't already have one. I personally operate mainly in the internet marketing niche now, although I have worked in many, many different niches over the years. But this training is absolutely suitable for any niche at all. In fact, you will go through a process to choose your desired niche in the very first module. Over this course, You will create this system step by step. I will guide you through the theory and the practical steps to not only build, but fully understand exactly how the TM Business Engine works. It doesn't matter if you're a complete newbie or you're already making money online. The training is laid out to suit all levels of skill and experience. And if you get stuck, I will be on hand to help you out via the dedicated support forum. Now you can try out the TM Business Engine training completely risk-free with my 30-day money-back guarantee. If you aren't 200% happy with the training, then just let me know and I will refund your money straight away. Now spaces are limited, so you need to get on board quickly. Just click the buy button below this video to get immediate access to your training. Take the TM Business Engine training today and you'll be on your way to finally building a real and sustainable online business. Stop buying the magic button solutions that just don't work. Stop buying the so-called gurus training that always seems to have one or more crucial bits missing, and forget about buying the next best shiny object. Take the TM Business Engine training and finally realize your online dream and create a real business. Click the buy button now and I will see you inside the members area.